1, 2, 3.
Oh,
That was good.
There you go. That was good.
That was good. All right. Is this episode 1?
This will officially be episode 1
great. I'm
of
glad.
the reboot.
I'm glad I am in full health for this episode. We'll just put a voice deepener on me in post.
Can I get one too?
Yeah, we all.
The first episode.
Welcome back, boys.
Welcome back.
It's good to be back.
It's always good to be back in the CK Lounge.
Got Coops coming in the CK Lounge.
So maybe we should walk through our new setup because if you have been a listener since the first season, you already know that we lost all the footage from that fire. Yeah. So
that's terrible.
It's terrible, yeah. So we're trying to rebrand.
We even had a fourth co-host who burned in that fire. It was really bad.
My wife.
Colton's wife.
That's right.
So
Geraldine.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Sweet Geraldine.
R.I.P.
I'm surprised you can speak so openly about it.
The past. He's like, the past is the past.
She kind of sucked. She was kind of awful.
I took the insurance money and I bought a Joe Rogan microphone.
I bought the Joe Rogan mic. You know, the Shure.
She would have wanted it.
Yeah, she was a big proponent of the cast.
And so yeah, now we have upgraded. We have upgraded, baby. We are in a new studio space in sunny old Burbank, and we got a new interface. We have 3 dedicated microphones. We're not huddling around one Yeti microphone.
I do miss it though. Yeah. I do miss that.
The closeness was nice. But yeah, so we're in the CK Lounge, or my.
Is that what we're calling it? Is this the CK Lounge? Because it's Couch Kids.
Yeah,
and it's also a reference to Dane Cook. Fuck, dude, that's really good.
I think we have him lined up. Dane, you want to come out?
Dane
is our first guest. Hey, what's up?
Where do I put my mouth?
All right, Dane.
And that was Dane.
You look like a monster.
You want me to bring my girlfriend in?
Too young.
I think she's coming off the bus right now.
You're the boss.
Didn't he address that? That is specifically the picture that like I associate with him and his like girlfriend is the one where he's at the beach with like the shirt off, and it's not a good picture. Like, it's horrible.
You get big like father-daughter energy out of that.
Oh yeah.
And his new plastic face does not help either.
That's true too.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen, I haven't listened to or seen that man's work in a long time.
Employee of the Month was probably the last thing.
Oh my god.
I liked Employee of the Month.
I liked Employee of the Month.
What was that last comedy thing that he did?
He did. I mean, like he does. Like he
did like Waiting, right?
He did Waiting. I'm trying to think. Like the last movie he did, he was
Good
Planes.
Luck Chuck.
He was Planes.
Oh yeah.
He had a moment.
What did you say?
Planes.
Like
cars,
Ducky.
but
like the
planes.
Cars movie.
But Planes.
Yeah.
He was the main plane.
Ducky, is that the plane name?
Is that what the name of the main plane?
Oh my god.
Name of the main plane?
Yeah, Ducky.
I had heard that like wasn't a. Oh, sorry, Benji.
Colton just kicked his dog.
I did.
Oh no, your wife's ashes. Oh no, they're spreading all over.
Oh god, he's licking them up.
Damn it! Everything goes wrong in this family.
Goes our studio.
But I had heard that the Planes thing was not a Disney or Pixar. Like,
it is Disney, right?
Idea.
Is it like a straight
because
to DVD?
they like bought the rights to the world or something like that, right? Wasn't that the story?
That it?
Yeah, it's like not Pixar, but Disney's like it's so popular we want.
Yeah,
they, like, bought the rights for the world. I don't know
to make it. Yeah,
I haven't seen it.
Planet Earth. They bought the rights to the Earth.
That's right.
Well, it's the Cars universe. You know.
Have you ever heard the theory that it's like post-apocalyptic, like it's a nuclear thing happening and people
I don't like those
turn into cars?
I have a hilarious story. My friend Georgie is making a podcast called Kahow, and it's all about explaining that theory, how that comes to be, and like how the cars came to be, and then using like going off of like what everyone thinks online and trying to piece it together. And it's very interesting. It's
the whole podcast is that one theory.
Yeah, but it's more like they dive into different parts of it, really trying to make a case for it. And it's not that they like want. It's just like a challenge, right? And so like they're trying to challenge themselves to do it, and it's pretty fascinating. Yeah, like explaining. It's like the end of the Pixar timeline.
The first 3 seasons are on YouTube. Or you should watch. It's about 16 hours of content
per episode.
Yeah, per episode.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm in deep. Colton, going back to it, you're right. Not Disney animation or Pixar. Disney Toon Studios.
See, I knew it was something.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Their image on Wikipedia is just a building.
Oh.
It looks like a strip mall.
They're like, we're here. But I don't know. Yeah, so that's what I heard about that. Have you heard the theory of like they're all connected?
I've seen that.
I don't
the,
like
it
those,
was
dude.
Very,
I don't like those either.
the Pixar theory or
I don't
whatever.
like it, dude.
I don't like it either.
I know it's all fun and games, but it annoys me. I don't like it.
I feel like what annoys me about it is when you work like on a production or something, like you just intrinsically, like based on how everything goes day to day, it's not real. Like that's not what's happening here. And then, but someone out there truly like 100% believes it.
It's like you can't put Easter eggs in things anymore because then they're just like, it's like,
Yeah.
oh, like they put the Pizza Planet truck in
Yeah.
this, and it's like, well, that means Sully and Mike live with Anna.
They could
in
come through that door
Frozen.
any moment.
Like it's
Yeah.
like
They're in the closet.
it's like it takes the fun out of it for like a new thing, and it's
Yeah.
like just the shittiest theories, and it's like, oh well, there was a post-apocalyptic event that happened in Inside Out, which then triggered the Cars universe to, and it's like, oh, God, this is so dumb.
Yeah, I feel like the Easter egg game has like evolved over the past decade too, with like all the Marvel stuff. It's like really like people are like, oh, we can market within like a product. You can have marketing within that,
Do
and
you think it's kind of like lost its fun? Like it's lost a little bit of its charm?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Part of it is like the amount of YouTube videos that are out there that are like even in trailer breakdowns that are just like, here are 36 things you missed in the first minute of the MCU trailer.
Yeah.
Well, it's hilarious too because like, I mean, I'm sitting here criticizing that, but then I'm the first one to like watch the Zelda breakdown trailer. You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what is in there?
Yeah.
So like I get the reason behind it, but I also feel like just in general, the whole Marvel universe has kind of met its like expiration date. Like I don't know how they're gonna keep going with what they've created. It doesn't have an end in sight. I just saw a video, like a thumbnail for a video that was like, even Mandalorian season 3, like the ratings dropped on it. And it's like, not that it's a bad show. It's just that like people are overwhelmed with that. Yeah. Overstaying its welcome, overwhelmed with like this multiverse and like everything being connected and like.
I think everything wants to be like a cinematic universe now, because it worked so well for Marvel.
Yeah.
But it was like, it was just because of that, like the first 10 years, right? It was like the Iron Man to Endgame thing was like, that was sick. Like that was a nice like beginning and end point. And then it just kind of like kept going. It's like Ant-Man 2, and it's like, great.
It's even smaller.
Yeah.
How small can we
Dude,
get them?
when it goes to like the quantum realm and it's just like fucking goo, and you're like, what? They're like in cities, and it's like, but they're in like the dust, but it's in the atoms, and it's like, what is happening? Doctor Strange 3, he needs glasses. Like, it's just too much.
Did you see the speaking of like the goo like aesthetic that I weirdly feel like it's everywhere now. It's like you see like even the new Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. It's like
goo aesthetic.
No, you know what I mean? Like the psychedelic like they're in space, and then like a song from the 80s is like slowed down with reverb, and like that's the trailer. It happened with like Lightyear. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy was the one that like kickstarted that whole thing, right?
But it made sense for that film, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's just everywhere, and I feel like
you get the piano rendition of like "Take Me On."
Yeah.
You spin me right round, and like the slow, the slow reverb, like you said.
Yeah, it's just like, and I feel like they all are starting to look the same. Like you get like Thor Ragnarok. You get, like,
God, Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, that was rough. I couldn't get through that.
That was Ragnarok, dude.
Dude,
it really was.
Dude, I saw, and I was like scrolling through YouTube. I saw a clip from Thor Ragnarok, and we saw that movie in theaters.
Yeah,
and it was like when he's doing the like splits in the very beginning, like what is it, the Jean-Claude Van Damme like splits thing, and it's like I was like looking at it, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Is this like a parody Super Bowl commercial? And then I was like, oh my god, this was the movie. Like it was just like 2.5 hours of that. It just it's not fun anymore. It's just so bad.
It is like there's something to be said for like the 2.5 hours of like individual bits that are just strung
like
together,
too much,
and you're like, oh, there's just like there's no cohesion. Like they're just, here comes the goats again. It's just like, oh.
Did you ever see the Doctor Strange the sequel?
The multiverse one?
Yeah.
I remember I vividly remember you telling me about how upset it made you.
It was like wacky. It's just like it's it's nothing. It's just visual like gore for like 2 hours. And yeah, like, there's that one guy on TikTok who's just like, oh, you just dropped the vase of Cahoon. I guess I'll just.
Are you kidding me? Oh, great.
Great. The fabric of the universe is about to unwind.
Yeah, like I'm just like watching it, and I'm like, he's like ripping musical sheets, like notes off of sheets, and like throwing them at each other, and I'm like, what? What is happening? Yeah, I just like I went comatose, and it's like I didn't feel like they were always like that. Like some people make that argument where it's just like, well, that they've always just been like a turn your brain off, and it's like I don't know. I felt some of them I could like sit in and like focus it, and it was like really small scale, and they're like oh, he just threw the quantum realm at me, and it's like
no, it's definitely like you think about like Iron Man 1, it's like that's a pretty contained story.
Yeah, it's like it's like a mech battle.
It feels so weird for Iron Man 1 to come out, and then all of a sudden like an eighth note just hits him, and you're just like, what is flying eighth note?
Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, it's a weird ass movie, and like I don't know. You go on like Reddit or like the trailer comments, and they're just like, "Man, it was fucking sick when like Scarlet Witch killed everybody." MCU making horror movies, and it's like, the fuck, what were you watching? Like that?
I was scared.
Yeah, it's like she like popped someone like a balloon. Like,
like, whoa! You telling me about that?
Oh, it was just like, and they like John Krasinski
for like
she like shredded him. She like pulled him apart until he died, and it was just like, it's like,
I'm not. It's not like horrifying. It's just like, what is this? Like, what happened?
I remember. Yeah, you remember you describing it as like insanely gory and like out of tone.
Yeah, like it's like kind of goofy, and like Doctor Strange is like being a goon the whole time. Yeah. And then it just cuts to like Elizabeth Olsen making a guy bleed from his eyes and like explode, and you're like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Patrick Stewart's in it, and you're like, what? Why is he here?
I was gonna ask you though too about like the what was that, Andrew?
Oh, you got Patrick back there.
Oh my god.
Cook.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Just talking to Dave.
Is that Bane?
And Bane? And Bane. I was gonna ask you about the gooey, what's it?
Strange World.
Strange World. That's what I was gonna bring. Yeah,
dude. The goosethetic.
The goosethetic of Strange World, dude.
Don't get me started on my favorite movie, Strange World.
Can I get you revved up about Strange World?
No, I don't wanna badmouth Strange World too much.
That's fair.
A lot of people worked really hard on it, and I respect that. But I feel like you can watch that movie and be like, this thing got torn apart in like story, or like exec intervened, because this movie is just the most like cotton candy fluffy, like what the fuck is at risk here kind of like just like stacking one thing on top of each other like to the very end, and then you're just like, can I spoil it? Like, do you guys care?
Yeah.
Listeners,
spoilers for Strange World.
Yeah, we'll give you like we'll just skip ahead like 20 seconds. It's just like they end up living on the back of like a turtle, like a god turtle, and you're like, oh my god, like that is like existentially terrifying, and like that just changes like your entire view of like existence. And then they just like accept it. It cuts back to like what the beginning of the movie was, but they're like happy, and they're like farming on the back of this turtle, and it's like, you're on a god. Like you like looked at it in the eye, and you're just like okay with that.
Wait, isn't that the end of another movie? Isn't it Hitchhiker's Guide? There's another movie where they're living on like a god something.
Yeah.
The only thing I can think of is Xenoblade Chronicles.
That's probably
could be that.
That's probably it.
I think that's it.
It's not my favorite, but man, it is a weird toned movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it could have been. I don't really know too much about Strange World and like who directed it. Who, if it was like somebody's first shot at it, and then they were like supervised to death or something. But it's just like it felt like very soft, kind of weird. Like the visual tone of everything. It's that same like Quantumania goo aesthetic where it's like, dude, you just found a flubbert. Like you gotta like he's friendly, but he's kind of tricky, and it's like
he's also cute,
but he's cute, and it's and he has it's just like goo. You're like they're like hanging out with goo monsters, and
someone's like, this is peak character design, and it's like just a shape with no like
and it's like well, it turns out he's goo because he's like the mitochondria of the god cell, and it's like
that's
what
a lot to process.
That feels weird that they just throw in a deity at the end.
It's too much to
he is our god.
Man. It's not my favorite.
Something I just hadn't thought of until recently, but I'm like, when are they gonna make like a Mickey Mouse movie?
Like a straight up,
just a straight up like
a
in
CG,
theaters.
2D?
Like I don't know, but I just realized the last like what is it, Goofy movie? Like would that be the last
like original
theatrical?
Yeah, theatrical
like,
release of like
characters.
an original Disney character.
I wonder how Mickey Mouse and the original crew kind of hit with today's kids, because it is like a lot of it's made with a lot of the older viewers in mind. Like I think about like the Wonderful World stuff, and it's a little like grosser and edgier than it like Mickey used to be, but it's like it's awesome. It's so good. But they use it in the parks. Like kids have to be aware of it.
Oh, I think they definitely have to be exposed to it as some like.
It's like, dude, I'd be thrilled for like a Three Musketeers, like Donald, Goofy, Mickey movie. Like,
and I feel like
was it Three Musketeers? Was that what they did?
It was Three Musketeers.
Like I feel like they could do that too with the whole direction that things have been going in terms of animation lately. With like. You get like the Puss in Boots, like Last Wish, and like the Spider-Versification of everything. But
maybe they're Mickey Goo. Oh, Mickey. Dude, what if we Mickey Goo?
Yeah. Go the opposite way. They're like, we're actually going to pave out the path for Goo-Verse.
Goofy.
Yeah.
Help. Oh, I'm Goo. I'm fucking Goo.
And then Queen comes in with a slow reverb like track.
Don't stop me now.
Mickey. Max is Goo.
Dude, the trailer. Dude, it starts black.
Donald.
It's like you know the names, and it goes. Dum, 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 dum. Wait a minute.
That's the last. Like it'll be like in theaters like this summer, and then it goes black, and then you just hear.
Every one of those trailers has a moment where like it's like a really high octane scene, then it like cuts to like one of the characters and it goes like, and then the other one goes really, and then it goes back. Then it goes back to the the music.
Yeah.
I had to go.
If they just dropped like a shit your pants Goofy, like just make it like a PG-13, like a hard.
Dude, if they tried to adult, like they tried to like make it approachable for adults too, but like with Mickey.
Yeah, imagine the Red Band trailer comes up, and you're like, wonder what this is, and then like Mickey pops up, you're like, what? And he's like, you fucking ready?
Yeah. Directed by Seth Rogen and James Franco.
You bet your ass I am.
Yeah, they're hitting bongs at like Minnie's apartment.
I actually could see them doing like a multiverse thing where it's like, oh no, Steamboat Willie Mickey's here with.
Oh, did you guys ever play? Did you ever play Epic Mickey?
No. Dude, I was just looking that up the other day. I was showing Megan it. Yeah,
it is brilliant. It was a Wii game.
Is that the one with the painting?
Yes. Yeah. So it was like an old Wii game and they like it was when they first got the rights back for Oswald, the Lucky Rabbit. And
you love Oswald too.
I fucking love Oswald.
He fucks Oswald, dude.
And I think that was my introduction to Oswald was
Is that
Epic
why there's
Mickey.
a body size Oswald pillow right there? Oh my god.
Better get my keyboard out.
You've used it a lot. But yeah, they like it was like a game about like Mickey gets like sent into the world of like basically like all the lost old like characters. Mm-hmm. And like is kind of like trying to rebuild them up, but they all hate Mickey because they're like, "Fuck you! Like you forgot about us, you left us behind." Yeah, and it's like really sad. Like it's very like macabre and like
that could be a movie.
It's honestly, it's really good. I'm way into it, and Mickey like tries to help them, and you can choose to be good or evil in it. Where it's like you could like just actually go full. Yeah, like Mickey can just be like, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna just like erase all these like old characters, or you can try to like build them back up again.
Oh my god!
I think I could be like remembering it wrong, but that's what I thought it was, and I remember like that was my introduction to like characters like Horace Horseshoe or whatever, like or Horse Collar, and stuff like that. It was
wild.
It was fascinating. Yeah.
Sorry, Oswald, you're being erased.
Time to erase you for good.
What's Oswald sound like? What's his voice?
Oh, man, I don't know. I was gonna say, like, I don't think. I wonder if he was around the time where he could have a voice. You know what I mean? Or if it was just piano tracks in the background of all of his things.
Huh.
Or if it was like, you know, because like Mickey, it was like. Is that what you just found?
It's the guy getting wrestled down.
Wait, you have to explain the video now.
No, it's such a side tangent thing, but it's pretty much this The stupid prank guy goes up to this dude in Home Depot with like a tube and screams in the guy's ear, and the guy just immediately like whips around and wrestles him, and the dumbass kid is just like he's getting like wrestled to the ground.
It's a prank. It's a prank. The camera's right there.
We were joking like, man, imagine being in the courtroom where like this kid's trying to sue this guy for assault, and like your friends, like your parents and your friends are watching you just like make that noise, getting wrestled to the ground for being just a nuisance of society.
Dude, the sad thing is, like, you played that, and I was like, did he really just look up what Oswald sounded like?
I thought so too.
I was trying to look at Epic Mickey 2, Oswald's voice.
Okay, play that.
Stop.
Okay, but that actually sounded.
Did you just play the same clip again?
No, it sounds like Goofy.
Huh.
That's Oswald?
That's not what I remember, but like,
Epic Mickey too. Dude, this like animation's really cool.
No, it's
you see this? It's like a CG 2D mix.
Whoa.
Yeah, dude. They
of like the new stuff.
They went all out on it.
Who's that? Is that Oswald?
That's Oswald's girlfriend, dude. I think her name's Hortensia.
What?
Whoa.
And yeah, she's like a little cat, and he's a rabbit.
Oh my God, you have another body pillow.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
right here too.
Stop. Put her away.
Is that why that one has a hole in it?
Leave her alone. But yeah, I would love to see them do something like that. I feel like it's been long enough where you could get away with that. Did you ever see the short film at the beginning of? I wonder if it was.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Where they get out of the screen.
Yeah, where they get out of the screen. That was so sick.
Is it Frozen?
Dude, give me something like that. I think it was Frozen.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Ugh.
Where they're like stuck in a thing and then they like pop out of the screen, right?
Yeah,
and then yeah.
And he's
I
like
think it was
messing with
Frozen.
Pete with it. Yeah, like.
Was it? It was like CG, right?
Yeah, it was CG and 2D.
And 2D.
Dude, fuck, man.
Yeah, like
That's cool. Now I don't want to get into Oswald lore in that game.
He's a rabbit.
Man. What?
He's a rabbit.
Yeah, he's the lucky rabbit. And I think it was like the original studio that Walt like worked at. Like he created that as his first like Mickey, and then he wanted to like step off, or maybe they wanted to fire him or something, but they basically just like held the rights over his head with it, and they were like, well, we own this, so if you leave, like, you're gonna have to create your own thing. And
yeah, totally.
Mickey came about. But the whole thing with Epic Mickey that's really interesting is that Oswald like knows that and is like spiteful of it in the thing.
That's so
Oh my God.
insane.
Isn't that cool? Like, so it's
it
like,
goes like to the real life history.
No, it definitely does. Like, you end up in like a place, if I'm remembering correctly, you end up in a place where like it's all this like old Oswald merchandise, and it's just like trashed and ruined, and he lives there,
Like
and
a
he's like,
psychological horror.
yeah, it's like a psychological thing. He's like, I've been left behind through history, even though like I was the first, and you just stepped in my place and like took all the spotlight, kind of thing. And it's very aware of itself. It's fascinating.
And in that voice, he's like, "Holy shit!"
Stand down, mouse.
Like, how do you start with that?
Stand
And then
down, mouse.
in the next scene, it's just like, hold up your Wii remote to throw old Oswald merch. Like,
Use ZR to lock on.
what?
Erase Oswald from reality.
It cuts over him. He's like, no. Well, now with the motion detector added on.
So I think
Smash that A.
Use A to push away the bad thoughts.
Help.
Oswald's sane. I'm breaking. The whole thing is that you have paint, or you can use paint thinner.
It's always goo, dude.
Well,
So
that is goo.
the cartoon characters will like
Paint
die
thinner.
if you use
Mickey's
the-
huffing paint thinner. He's like,
I think I'm gonna erase you all.
hit A and B at
fucking
the same
problem,
time
dude.
as sniff.
Yeah.
I can talk to me. Oswald, I will your fucking business. How about that, huh?
I'll fucking end you.
I'm gonna really suck it to you. I'm to Esmeralda, or whoever the fuck her name is.
Hunchback Esmeralda?
No, what was Oswald's girlfriend's name?
Oswald's girlfriend's Hortensia.
No, fucking whatever.
I hang out with Esmeralda, you bitch.
Her name is Hortensia.
He's having a breakdown.
Among his trash.
Oh, good, Donald's here. Donald, tell him to stay the fuck away.
Watch your back.
Watch your back, Oswald. I wonder who Oswald's friends were. Like, if he has, like...
Goof stomp you.
Stop.
Yeah, and Oswald just has, like, mute, like, chicken friends that were just, like, background characters from his, like...
sad.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just making shit
Colton, what was the first thing that kind of drove you to like love Oswald?
No, I think it was Epic Mickey.
It was
definitely
Epic
that,
Mickey.
because that was my first exposure to like all those older
I
characters.
saw his wife and I was like, what
Or
is going on here?
Yeah.
She's fucking married, of course. The best ones are.
Colton's playing the game. He's like licks his like fingers.
My eyebrows.
And, the eyebrow lick thing.
Yeah.
The like little hand is up on the screen with the Wii remote. It's like petting her hair.
The motion control. Yeah.
All right, maybe press A to continue.
Anytime.
I'm like 13. My mom is like, Colton, I think you need to go outside.
I think you need friends.
Just can't seem to beat this level, can you, Colton?
I don't know about you guys, but like I was obsessed with the Wii when it first came out, man.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I did the whole like I went there at 6 a.m. Circuit City.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like you'd have to like know which ones were getting stocked and stuff, and you know this is like before like Reddit and shit too.
Yeah.
So it was just like me and my dad calling around being like, "Are you guys getting Wiis?"
Do you have it?
Like this Saturday, and they're like, "We are." Like 15 of them, and like you just had to like camp out. I got mine at Circuit City, and we just abused that thing, man.
Yeah. I remember like I was excited about it, but it was something that I would play it and then I'd forget about it, and then Christmas comes around, and then my whole family's there, and now we're all playing Wii bowling again. Like like my Christmas was Wii bowling from like it was probably 7 years of everybody getting together playing Wii bowling.
Isn't that fun? Like
it just like became a Christmas.
It's simple
like thing.
So it's like the first like kind of interactive remote with like gyroscopes and shit and stuff. Because that was also kind of like right before iPhones, right? And like where they had like the fucking gyroscopes and stuff. So like having like something you twist in your hand interact with the TV that wasn't at an arcade, you're like, what the hell? Like this is beyond like technology.
Did you know that it just have you ever seen this? You can play the Wii between two candles. Have you ever seen this?
Oh yeah, because it's like
it's just infrared. So it's just infrared.
Right.
So you can get rid of the bar and just do two candles, and it works. That
so
is the
weird.
craziest thing.
You can play Wii like a Victorian orphan.
Yeah.
Mama,
lighting the candles.
I would like to play the bowling again.
Wow,
dude, that would really set the mood for Epic Mickey. Some candles.
Oh yeah.
Some goo.
Get ready to throw some paint thinner on all these.
You want to do a let's play with
candles?
Epic Mickey?
Dude, a let's play. I would love to do.
But it was there was the Mario Kart for the Wii, and I remember like playing that a bunch too, and like the Mario Party games, like just fucking awesome, dude. Mario Strikers.
It's sad. I guess the new one didn't do that well.
The
Switch one.
Oh,
Mario Strikers.
yeah.
What was the Wii U? I never like my cousin had it, but it was just like a massive iPad looking thing.
So it
was
it
a remote?
Pretty much the Switch, like console, like as its controller. Yeah. It was a cool idea.
I feel like it's a tragedy of errors where it's just like it's this thing where it's not rebranded as a new console. So a lot of people thought it was just an extension of the Wii, which it kind of is. Like
it wasn't that much more like powerful or anything.
No,
but then they had like Wii U game. Like I remember, I think my cousin had a Batman game, and it was like the screen, like you played on the TV, but the screen in front of you was like it had all this, it had the map and the this and that.
I actually really liked that. Like I played Wind Waker HD.
Yeah,
on it,
it's
and
great.
They added a bunch of things where you can like access your inventory and like look at the map on the like. It makes so much sense.
Yeah,
it's just impractical because it's this like chunky ass thing that like dies so quickly. I remember it always being out of battery.
Yeah.
But they had like some cool games for it. Like, wasn't there like a Nintendo Land game or something like that?
Oh, I mean, there were like some of the biggest things that they had done, like in terms of gaming on it. Like I remember, I think it's called like Xenosaga, but it's like a massive game for like what it's running on.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it just went relatively unknown. Like that's why the Switch has done so well off of just ports from games of that era, where it's like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is like a 10-year-old game at this point or whatever. I'm not sure exactly, but it's because it was for the Wii U and no one bought the Wii U. And then it's like,
no more heroes, dude.
Yeah. No more heroes, dude. Came back. Oh,
it was super confusing too, because it was like you used your old Wii nunchucks, and, like Wii like whatever controller things with it. So, and there was no like difference in branding. So you're like, oh, do I just like bring over my old console stuff, or do I have to get like a new one? And yeah, I remember the same thing, just being so confused with like what they were trying to like market it as.
Like it's one of those things where I feel like if you had a parent going into GameStop to like say buy something for their kid, and it's like, well, they have the Wii, so like, what can I get for that? Well, we have the Wii U, and they're like, well, what's that?
No, well, we already have the Wii.
It's the Wii U.
What's
the
next one? It's
like,
it looks the same.
Yeah, I'll just get the Wii game that's used and half off.
It's almost like you know how they did the PS4 like Pro and like PS4 Plus, but it was all the like. It's still the PS4, like
just kind of smaller.
It's kind of like it's more. You can push more, like and it
doesn't look like a grill.
But it's like it was like that, but its own system, and it made it so confusing. Like I don't know anybody who like had one. Like
the only people I hear that like had it and played it and love it are like online people that like they're like game journalists for a living. Like I really don't know like a friend that was like, I loved the Wii U.
Dude, I have the Wind Waker like remaster version of it, like the black one. But it's just like I remember just after playing that game I was like, no, there's no point. Like why do I need this, right?
I'm definitely a proponent for the Wii. As much as I did play it, I can't stand the idea of like interactive games like that. Like I'm not a fan of like motion control. I'm not a fan of like gyroscope. Like I just want to sit down and relax and
like
play the game. Like that's why I think I love the Switch so much, is because I just played in bed. Like, I just want to be able to relax.
No moving around for me.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I call it like it's like lazy gaming, but it's like for me the idea where they're like, well, this is the Wii Fit. You're gonna work out and play video games. I'm like, that sounds horrible. Like,
I remember the Wii Fit, the balance board. Yeah, a bunch of people had the balance board.
Wouldn't it like shame you if you didn't like, go on it for a while too? It'd be like
absolutely kept track
15
of your
days,
data.
Huh?
Your balance is off. You haven't been practicing your balancing. It's just like, all right.
All right, okay, man. I think I'm gonna stop playing you.
I did learn from that.
I'm gonna stop playing you.
What do you got for us? Hit us with a beat, dude.
I'm just.
Yep, let's go.
Whoa.
We're lost in space, dude. Going to the Goo-Verse.
It's called Goo.
Dude, I call this track Goo.
Goo-Verse.
Alright, sorry guys.
The multi-goo.
I got
the multi-goo of Goo.
I want to incorporate this somehow. Soundboard.
You want to do a break time outro?
Dude, I to be honest, I don't really know how to work this thing.
Had it for 3 years.
It's okay.
Andrew, stop fucking around.
Dude,
I've had it for a while, and I really need to sit down and learn how to play with it.
It's okay because that's how I am about the podcast equipment that I got us.
Nah,
do you think that was the?
But now we're actually using
it. I had like I'm trying to think of the purchases I've made during like I feel like I bought a bunch of like nice notebooks and like these, and I was like, I'm gonna fill these up with ideas and drawings.
I'm a goddamn writer.
I'm gonna be an artiste.
I did none of it. I like when I moved, I was like, oh, here are all these empty notebooks.
Just toss them.
Oh
no, I still have them because I was like, I bought like really nice ones, and then I was like, I can't write bad ideas in the nice ones.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some marble notebooks like school, and it'll like put me in a mindset. It didn't do anything.
Now I just have more notebooks.
Yeah.
That's right. I just have more notebooks that I don't want to write in.
You want to do everything but write.
Yes.
And because it's an empty page of a new notebook is the scariest thing. Like just getting started, I hate it.
Because it's like the first page has got to be good.
Yeah. What's the tone I'm setting for this thing?
I know.
Yeah. My like brain trick that I do to like get over that hurdle is I literally like I find it better to buy an empty folder and then use computer paper, and then I just do one paper at a time, and I'll just shove the idea in the folder, and like the folder will just slowly accumulate over time.
That's cool.
So you're making the pages.
Yeah, because I'm like I just need to not be so precious.
They give you the tools to be your own boss. I like that.
Speaking of being your own boss, episode's brought to you by Squarespace.
Let's go to the advertisers.
All right, guys.
You guys want to take a break?
I could take a break.
Let's do a break.
All right, stick around. We will get to our, what's it, question of the day? What do we call it?
Our main topic or question of the day.
No, we had a name for it.
Did we?
Yeah. We just said it before we
Question
started.
corner.
Question corner? No.
It's not question
Headline
corner.
Havoc.
Headline Havoc.
No, that was the.
That is not the name of it.
No, that's
Headline
not.
Havoc was the thing that you hated.
You
What
hated
is
it.
Oh, we're cultivating.
Listeners,
like a
you of course
headline from
remember
news.
from season 1
Oh,
of
that's
Couch
right.
Kids,
Yeah.
but
Tried to block
Colton
it out.
would bring up news reports and then
just like, what do you guys think about?
Yeah, he would just.
What do you guys think about the arms race in Armenia? And it's like,
oh
dude,
my god,
come on.
No,
man.
it was
Oh,
like
man.
a headline that sounded wild, and then I'd be like, "What do you think this is about?"
Yeah, I'll do headline havoc right now. Here
No,
we go.
don't do it.
News. We'll go to
It's
world
rough.
news just to make it fun.
It's not.
We'll go to
fun. It's never been
headlines.
fun.
For the latest in the Russian pro-war blogger killed in St. Petersburg restaurant blast. What do you think about that, Colton?
No, what do you think?
I'm so sorry.
Communities face major destruction after large tornadoes tear through the South and Midwest, leaving at least 29 dead. What do you think about that, Colton?
This is a good bit. I like. We should do this. You know what? I think I
Let's
like that.
incorporate this
It
into
has
the
now. It is
show.
now turned against you to where we'll just read you horrible news stories, and you have to sit there and take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you'll have to come up with an official statement from the Couch Kids.
Thoughts and prayers from the Couch Kids
no.
Lounge. Thinking of you, and if you have the means, please donate to the Patreon. Good luck out there, everyone.
And just so you know, Colton, of course, will be donating
Yeah. We'll match the donations that you donate to the Patreon.
up to 5,000. Is that what you said? 5,000?
Yeah,
That's really nice of
I
you,
think
man.
so.
5,000.
Just of any unit.
Oh, my God.
5,000.
There was a hot air balloon that bursted into flames. What do you think about that?
Freak accident.
All right, well, taking a break.
Take a break. Are we doing it? Are we new recording?
We are recording.
I always like the little preamble before the...
I do too.
It's good. It's healthy.
Before I freeze up. It's nice. Because it's like, we're recording. I'm like,
Dude, we tried.
And you're just like... Other. Here's my Japanese accent.
I was just saying
What?
something
Andrew,
horribly offensive.
Yeah.
Jesus,
You
why?
didn't have to say that.
Sorry, I panicked.
Why are you doing this?
Le me gusta. Welcome back, family. We just took a break. We are back in the studio.
Chilling.
We cleaned up.
We cleaned up
wife's ashes from the ground. We put them back in the urn.
Yeah, that took a little longer than we thought. Bolton's in a good place now, though.
I'm so upset that I can't remember her name anymore.
Trauma does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Colton.
Yeah.
What do you got for us?
Yeah. So we were gonna ask a question. So neither of you guys have a question?
No.
I
knew he was gonna say it too.
I thought you said you had
I
a
thought he
question.
was like, yeah, I got a question. Do you guys have a question? Like that.
Gotcha.
That's your question?
Woo.
You fuck.
No.
Okay. All right. I got a question for you.
All right.
What's the question?
Because we kind of touched on it a little bit in the first segment, but what is something uniquely like that you learned or did over pandemic? Like, did you pick up a new hobby? Did you get something that you didn't need to get and then never used and didn't learn how to use?
Why would anybody do that?
Yeah.
Why are you looking at me, man?
I don't know. I'm just curious. But yeah, or did you like?
Colton says through his
I-
microphone.
Can I add on to this?
Yeah, add on to it.
What is something you did but you took through it
So you're still doing it?
that you're still doing it?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of
Ooh.
people were just like, yeah, I tried making bread.
Baking
and
bread,
yeah,
dude.
baking bread, sourdough. You fucking.
That was a
I
big
bought
one,
plants.
dude.
Like I did that stuff. What lasted? Because I also know this is like one of those questions that some people are like, I don't want to think about like the pandemic times and stuff. But
That's true.
The memories
Doesn't have to
lasted.
be
yeah.
depressing.
But what's
yeah,
like
yeah.
the positive thing that you took
the
out of it?
takeaway? Yeah.
I think one thing that I did was I started tracking the movies that I was watching, and I feel like I like took more like time to like really sift through like people's recommendations. Like when I'm when I'm talking to people and they're like, "Have you seen, Saul Goodman, the Better Call Saul?" And I'm like,
I asked
"No,
you-
it's on
I
the
asked you
list.
that.
I gotta watch it." What?
Yeah, I asked you that.
Yeah. No, it's on the list. No. It's
No, I'm gonna
my
get
God,
to
it's on the list, dude. But like, I feel like I had a little bit more time to just like sit and like watch something every day, and so I started like tracking it and then posting it. I feel like it's annoying now, but I still do it.
Dude, you're like this month in movies. I love your
love
posts.
those, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You guys
I
don't know.
I used to do.
You gotta follow Andrew's Instagram because he posts these amazing little like infographics of what he's watched and his pick of the week. It's never the one I pick. And I always want to reply like, "Oh, you didn't like Cocaine Bear?
Why didn't you like Cocaine Bear?
Like
The
one we
the one that we all watched together.
Deeply recommended.
It's always something like, "Oh, like fucking."
Don't.
What?
Walk away.
The Pianist or something.
Step down.
Something good, whatever, man.
That's the one thing I think that I was able to like continue to this day. It's a good way of tracking it. I used to do it every week. I used to watch 6 movies a week, and now I struggle to like fill 7 a month.
That's a lot, dude.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm so like at night. I feel like I'm so lazy at night, dude. 6 o'clock hits. I just want to veg.
I also my like movie and TV watching style. I don't know. People do this.
Yeah.
And you know, my girlfriend could do this too. She like people can just put stuff on in the background and still consume it and like
Insane.
and be like, oh yeah, I watched that show. I can't do it.
No.
I need if I'm gonna watch it, I need to sit and watch it. I
100%.
don't even like watching movies in 2 parts. I like sitting.
Yep.
I like watching. I like finishing. Where it's like if I'm gonna watch it, I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I'm the same way. I'm almost like I feel like I watch more movies in theaters basically for that reason than I do like at home in my own time.
You can't pull out your phone and stuff.
Yeah, I'm just because I have to sit there and watch it and like consume it and absorb it. Yeah.
But all right, I will get around to Better Call Saul, of course.
I've actually never seen it.
No, I know.
I do. I need to watch. I haven't watched Breaking Bad yet either. I've watched like 2 episodes of it, and I was like, oh, I really like this, and like.
I have that problem too, dude. There's so many shows where I'm like,
it's a lot to take
this
in.
show's like this show's great, and I stopped because I just thought like it was one night I didn't continue to watch it, and then I never did again, and it wasn't because I didn't like it, but it happens to me all the time.
I caught Breaking Bad when it was airing, like in college, and it was like I had to wait.
I watched the last season live,
you know.
Yeah.
And it was fucking like phenomenal to like have that anticipation and like you spend the week theorizing what's gonna happen when you have to binge a show like that, and it's like it's really heavy and just like it's just a lot goes down, and you're like, oh god, this is like these people are fucking terrible. Like it can be tough to choke down. Like I'm like that with like Mad Men. Like I haven't seen it. I know people love it. It's one of Megan's favorite shows, and I'm just like, I don't want to watch John Draper.
Because I gotta watch 45 minutes of not feeling good right now.
Hot man. Smoking. What?
I started doing, though, because of you, Andrew, I started doing the movies watched thing starting in November. So I have a little list of movies that I've grown that I watched.
There you go.
Nice. Stepmom Revenge 2. Me, my
stepmom, and I. Cool. There seems to be me, my stepmom, and I.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Stepmommy and me.
You, me, and you.
Stepmommy and me.
Stepmommy and me.
You,
Marley and me.
I thought you were making a pun on like step on me.
Well, that's the other one that you were.
Yeah.
You, me, and stepmommy.
Is that a you and me and Dupree?
You, me, and Dupree reference. That's right. So yeah, I think that was the biggest thing. I mean, there was so many. I'm trying to think of the like time wasting things that I try to do. I'll try to think of that when you guys talk. Was there anything that you continued to do even to now?
I got a couple. I think I feel like the houseplants thing. Like I did start getting houseplants, and that has I've kept going with that.
You got a lot around here.
I've got a lot around.
It looks good.
They're my little buddies. I found that I really like plants, especially they seem to do well here. Are plants from South Africa. I think like similar. Yeah, it's weird. I think they have like a similar climate or something because they seem to do well here. Whereas like if I get like a tropical plant, I tried that in the beginning. I'd have like these like beautiful tropical plants. Yeah. And they just like either immediately attract bugs or they would just die. Like, and I didn't know how to take care of them. So
not humid enough or something.
Yeah, I think like you need like almost like drought because we're in LA, so it's like you almost need like drought proof plants. You know,
right.
Like I water them once a week and they seem to do fine. And so yeah, I'm not saying like crazy green thumb. I don't know like all the stuff behind the plants, but I've been able to take care of a few that are still going. I
like the plants that you have in here. They're very like tasteful. Like you got the hanging ones, and we should have like rainforest noises.
Yeah, we should.
Like into the intro, the
yeah.
That fucking jaguar.
Wow. Just make this a rainforest cafe.
Every 30 minutes, you can't even hear our audio. We're trying to talk over a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's raining again.
Every 20 minutes.
Rainforest
Do you guys need another minute,
podcast.
or can I? Should I go back? You got a waiter in here?
It's an idea.
Oh, our food's here.
Oh, we have a waiter come in. Every.
No, I think we're good. Actually, you know what? I'll just take another water. Just another water would be great. Thank you so much.
Wait, Andrew, didn't you got into skateboarding?
I did. Not over pandemic, but
Was
like
that not a pandemic?
You are shredding the
in
gnar.
the last 2 months.
Oh, okay.
2 months.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, like right
Hell
before
yeah.
Japan, I was
Can you
like,
kickflip?
I'm gonna I
Yeah,
can
you
I
can.
can quasi ollie. Like every so often I
That's
can
cool.
quasi ollie.
That's
No, it's
awesome.
not.
I like that.
Let me tell you,
better than
everybody.
I can.
When I go to a skate park, everybody is very nice, but I'm the only one. Like I've got wrist guards on. That's the only thing that I wear
Yeah,
because I fall.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't want to smash your wrists.
But like,
It suck.
it's just like it's me out there, and I when there's too many people, then I leave.
'Cause you're like, I don't want it. Yeah.
Because I just like I'm like going up and down the ramps, and I'm like
getting used to it.
that's all I'm doing.
That's
You
good.
know, and people are kick flipping and whatever.
They're all nice there.
And somebody was really nice, and they're like, "Oh, when you go up, like you should bend your knees and like turn your hips or
Aw.
whatever." And I was like, "Thanks," and I like immediately left. I was like, "No, I can't do this. I hate this."
They just watch you turn around and walk away. You're like,
Yeah, I'll
thanks,
try
no,
that."
I really appreciate that. Bye.
I'll add it to my
running
list. I'll add it to
full
my
sprint.
list. Thank you so much. I gotta go.
Away.
Andrew, we have Skylar from the skate park here.
No,
He wants
Andrew, what's up,
he has
dude?
something to say to you.
You left, bro.
Skylar.
He's
No, like I know I'll get back. I swear I'll get back.
No, you just want to bend your knees when you crawl up in a ball. And
Right.
Come
No,
on.
when I- there you go.
Come on, just like that.
Just like you're doing right now. That was like 2 months ago though. I started skating.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
I
I
think
saw a
you-
video
yeah.
and I was like, I want to do that because I've always wanted to
Yeah.
do it, and I tried. I attempted in college, but then I gave up really easily.
Yeah.
And then it's just like it's crazy. I mean, the time to do it is when you're young. I feel like I've learned that like
yeah.
they just absorb it so much faster. Their bot they can do things like
Yeah.
rapid fire. Where I'm like, I attempt one ollie, I'm sweating, and I like sit
Yeah.
down for a sec. I'm
Well,
like,
dude, yeah. Like
I'm too gentle and scared now. Like I feel like I would get on top of
Well-
it and I'd be like, oh god, if I fall, it's my body's gonna shatter like a
Yeah.
fucking ceramic pot.
Well, like a 28-year-old hitting the ground is gonna like shake the earth compared to like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, dude.
Destroy.
I'm too fragile
yeah.
for that shit now.
You fuck your hand up, you can't work.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
That's the scary part.
Even like that kind of like I remember when we were doing kickboxing for a little bit.
Yeah, that's
all
right.
three of us.
oh yeah,
And,
I like that. That was
I
really
did
fun.
like
Dude,
that.
Freddie,
Yeah, Freddie.
romantic.
Dude, Freddie, fast feet, dude. I felt like he was
Fast
so
feet
like,
Freddy, that's
light
what they
on
called
his
him.
Fred.
feet, man. Ugh.
Killed him, man.
But even like doing that
In our class,
I
he
still
did.
felt
He
very
kicked that guy
fragile.
right in the chest, and he died.
He just collapsed.
This class
Concave chest.
will be on me. I will comp this one. Can anybody help me
Comped
move
by
him?
Freddie Fast Feet. But even that, I felt very like fragile in. Like
I
I like,
remember
Really?
like my knuckles
Yeah, I
getting
didn't-
scraped up pretty bad.
yeah, I just was like, fuck, dude. Like someone's gonna like kick my ass. I'm gonna feel it for like days or something. Even though it was never like that. It's just
The
like,
only thing when we were doing that
Oh,
was I liked doing it with you guys, but then they were like
Yeah.
partner up, and now here I am with an MMA fighter, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
barely making combos, and I gotta hold the pads up for
Dude,
this
I
guy.
remember
him
the end,
down.
like just the disappointment in their faces that like I can't keep up with them, and
Yeah.
I'm like making their workout
Yeah,
not
worse.
productive.
Yes.
And I'm like, you're too fast for me, Freddie. I need you to kill this man.
yeah,
Drops him,
Yeah.
kicks him in the throat.
He didn't feel any pain, so it was an instant death.
fast.
It's too fast.
His brain just disconnected.
Lights out too fast, bro.
Lights out, Freddie.
You just got fast footed.
Lights out, Freddy.
Dude,
You
I
just got-
almost wonder if like that's like something where we'd have to do it again, but like just like hire a personal trainer between the three of us.
I think
where
it's like I like when I just have like the bag,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm just wailing on that bag, and he comes around. He's like, oh, try, you know.
Stop crying.
Yeah, stop-
Well, stop crying when you're.
Oh, they're gonna say stop humping the bag. Get off the bag. It's not your dad.
please.
Cool, I got an answer.
Oh, okay, you got an answer?
So one thing, this is it's not something like like a hobby I picked up and then I kept doing. It's more of like when everything was closed down and like you like really wanted to go places. I remember like
Right.
looking up all the places I wish I had gone before in like the area and like places I wanted to try.
Yeah.
And being like, man, like now that I can't go out, I wish I was more adventurous about like eating out and like trying new places. And I was just going on Google Maps being like, and I just made a list. I think it's a list called places to go after the world's end, and it's shared with my wife.
Yeah.
And we just add things to it. And we made this huge list, and now we're just like knocking them off.
Really?
Like, you are?
That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Not as like frequently as we'd want to, but it's like if we're ever stuck and it's like we want to try like a new place, pull up the world's end list, and I feel like that really helped me like find some new cool.
Get over the rough patch of my marriage.
Yeah, really helped dissolve the divorce. My secret love affair with Geraldine.
What?
I love. Each week we reveal more and more that Ari had some sort of like
affair
with Geraldine. It's great. That was Geraldine's favorite place. She.
How did you know that?
Huh?
A fire in my life.
No. Yeah. We Geraldine. She told me that I'm the only one that's
No. She had pottery class that night.
Huh.
Every Tuesday I try a new place.
That's interesting. It's the same time.
So weird. I was gone.
Geraldine
went to her kickboxing.
Yeah, went
to Freddie's kickboxing class.
Freddie Fastwood.
She came back sweaty.
Smelling like Silver Lake.
Silver Lake ramen.
Silver Lake ramen. But yeah, I have this big list of places that like I can go to now. So, and it's sad because a lot of places, like some of them have closed down. But like I felt like that was a very healthy thing I got out of it. It's like, okay, cool. I've like made lists and places I want to go, and now I can actually go there because I've been to that place mentally where it's like if you can't go there, it sucks, you know.
Dude, one of the things that you guys I think kind of inspired me lately that I, like not a pandemic thing that I got into, but it's more recently is the picture taking and like and like like street photography or going around. And like I don't know, I'm following a lot more like Instagram accounts now of people who just do that where they like take like as many pictures as they can a day, and it's like fascinating. Just like I don't know, I've come to really like that. It's almost like a form of journaling, you know?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, I think it's cool because otherwise I really do sometimes I feel like I lose track of the days. And
when I went that one time with my friend, and he's done it a lot, so like he knows the like mentality behind it. Like it was really interesting because like I just wanted to as an excuse to like catch up with him and just to kind of see what his hobbies are. And we went to like Little Tokyo, and he was just like, you just go up, you just snap a pic and you run away. Like you don't even like look at what you just looked at. You just quickly like, and I saw him like go up to like groups of people and just being like, and like walk away. And I was like, oh my God. And like people don't care.
Yeah,
like,
they don't care.
Yeah.
And if they do, they're just like, why'd you do that? And you'd be like, I could delete it, I guess.
Yeah.
But it like, I am like so uncomfortable with that concept. But then I started getting used to it. Like I didn't go into people's faces, but like
from like across the street, like you'll do it. Yeah.
Like, and I just, he says like you start to find like beauty in like really weird mundane things. And like I remember like half my photos, more than half, were just blurry, incomprehensible.
Yeah,
because you're running away from somebody.
I'm like,
I'm sorry.
Before the shutter even closed, you're like,
but it's like, and he told me, he's like, dude, if you go out and you spend 4 hours taking pictures and you get like one thing you like, it's worth it. And I was like,
it's true.
And I got like one photo that I really, really liked, and I don't even remember how I got it. Like it's a really cool thing that like kind of opens your eyes up to like your surroundings and stuff. I'd love to go with Andrew.
Yeah,
it'd be really fun. Because like even for Japan, it was like I brought all this film and I thought I would like be precious about it, but I was like, no, I'm just gonna buy more film here. And like that's what you just. It was very cool.
It's so fascinating because I do think there's something to it where it's like learning to slow down and kind of appreciate the beauty in like the mundane, you know? Like people will take pictures where it's like the corner of the roof of a building and it makes this like beautiful composition. And like without that incentive of like, I need to take photos, like you wouldn't admire that like little tiny thing, you know? And so like,
totally.
Like I would do things where like I'd see that there was like tons of telephone wires above me and I'm like, oh, well, how would this look if I'm right underneath it, you know?
Yeah.
And you'd snap that picture and you're like, yeah, this looks crazy.
And
like
my favorite, I went to 2 years ago, I went to Iceland and you take the photos. I have these cool photos of like all these waterfalls.
Yeah.
But what I started doing was I would like walk up these like kind of muddy trails, but then I turned around and I took a photo of like the actual trails, like the muddy trails, and that like became my favorite thing. Every time we went to like a waterfall, I would like turn around and like find this cool like muddy it was, and they are my favorite photos. They're not of a waterfall, they're not of the like touristy thing, they're like leading up to it, and it's
like less pressure, you know, like you go to I just think about the one time I went, but it's like you go to like Little Tokyo, you think of like the main sign or like the main thing, and it's like, and there's like thousands of photos like that, but it's like taking away that pressure of like, okay, gotta like line it up perfectly and like get the right like ISO and shit. It's like you just like, and if you get like something cool out of that, it's really awesome.
And I love the idea of like thinking outside the box of like, well, what if I just like we're so used to being these like A to B track minds where it's like I'm going from point A to point B, and that I think that translates in cameras too. It's like you're always taking a picture of the thing in front of you. It's like that idea of like Andrew, where it's like I'm just gonna turn around. Like I've already walked through this, like I know what this looks like, but then you turn around, you see it from that different perspective, and it's like, oh, and that ends up being a visual treat.
Even like you'll see like people taking pictures of like whatever the main thing is.
Yeah.
But then you'll get the photo, like you have to take the photo, but then you'll turn around and then like I have a lot of photos of it's just this crowd of people taking a photo of the thing.
Yeah.
And it's a cool like this is what it really looks like.
Oh, I love that. Dude, I always tell that to people who like, if there's ever like someone who's like feeling insecure about, say like, you know, oh, well, this person looks like they're having so much fun, or like this photograph or whatever, like they're on such a wild adventure. I'm like, okay, imagine what it looks like from behind that camera though.
Yep.
And half the time it's the most obnoxious, like someone standing in front of the pyramid, like creating a line because they want to take this like shot where they think that they're like having a spiritual moment with a fucking pyramid.
Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, imagine like all the people that are like watching and like they're like, hey, can we just like take a candid of our family? And it's like, no, because I want to have this like moment, or like you know, or like the ones where it's like you always see like the couple where it's like, I don't know, maybe the girl's like on top of his shoulders or something, and their arms are stretched wide open. It's like
I went to this was years ago, but like. We went on a hike one time, Eaton Canyon Falls in Pasadena. There's a waterfall there.
Yeah.
It's like the main attraction. You go to this waterfall. And we got there, and it was just like a group of people. Like, you're not supposed to like swim in it. It goes up to like your ankles, but everyone's in their like swimsuits and like just like these poor people like having to like take photos of their significant others like bathing in the waterfall.
Yeah.
There's like families who just want to get like a group photo, but it's like you can't even like break the crowd. And it's like, oh, this is gross. There's like water bottles and trash everywhere.
It
like,
takes away the majesty of it. Yeah, really for sure. It's like I can't imagine the poppy fields.
I love the I've seen like a couple videos where it's like this is what like your favorite TikToker actually looks like.
Yeah.
And it's like it's set up like at a beautiful like window, and then it's some guy like fuddling with the camera, and like he's like, okay, and then he walks up to it, and then you get the audio that's just like, here's what I do every morning. Just like and then after the audio cuts out, he's like, and then he like walks
it's
over.
That quiet walk up and like
it's like that's what you have to do, or like people that have to set the camera up inside their house to like walk through. That's like here's what I do when I get home every day. It's like
it's the videos of like people who leave the camera at a table and they walk up to the camera and they sit there and they're like, morning, and it's like was the video like do you have footage of him like hitting record and being like okay and like running off screen to like walk normally up to it and being like,
hey guys, we need to talk.
We gotta talk.
I'm sorry.
Give me the B cut. I want all the extra. I want the fat.
Give me the fat.
Well, it's funny because I think that a lot of people don't think about that. They just take it for the face value of like, they're having so much more fun than me, and it's like, are they? Like,
I feel like I saw a comment that was just like, we've normalized like play acting. Like we just like have, you know, you just don't think about it.
Yeah.
Not like our podcast. We leave everything in.
Nothing is edited.
Everything in.
Everything is real.
Smash cut to us laughing. Colton, you got handy though. Like you've been like building shelves and stuff and like tables and stuff. Dude, that feels like a pretty semi-recent thing.
Yeah,
there's always a new piece of furniture in here.
I know. Last time I came in, I was like, "Are these new?" And he's like, "Yeah, I built them."
The handcuffs.
It's like
that was new. The little bar.
The little wooden handcuffs. It's really cool. It's really cute.
The stained, the stained rounded pole.
Yeah, that was nice.
It's polished.
The paddle that I sanded down. I started, I think one of my like things that I did a little bit over the past year was trying to just like every time I go home with my dad, I try to build something like I'm like, I need a shelf, or like I need to refurbish this furniture or something. And then we usually take like an afternoon and we'll go to the hardware store, we'll buy like wood or whatever you need, and then we just try to build it. And it's surprisingly been really fun because it's just you like what you don't think you can do, and then like when you put two heads together and you're just like, all right, let's just figure this out. And
what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah, exactly. And it usually ends up being a fun time. And yeah, I've gotten a few shelves and different tables and stuff out of it. So
that's cool.
Would you take it like a step further and like buy your own equipment eventually and like get like a like a saw table?
A saw table, dude. If I had a garage, I would. This place,
an automatic hammer. I don't know.
That's right.
Auto Smith
a
hammer
chain
2000.
wrench.
Yeah. It's just like a shake weight, but a hammer. Yeah. I would take like a carpentry class. I feel like what's great about living in Southern California is like you can literally type in like I want to learn this, and there's usually someone teaching a class like anywhere around here.
Was there anything from COVID that you guys started but didn't finish? I could start. I got really into Bob Ross, and I was like, I'm gonna do it.
You're gonna like take.
I'm gonna do it.
No,
I like bought the kit. I bought everything. I was like, I gotta do it. From the second that paintbrush hit the thing, he was like, all right, we're gonna have a nice blue sky, and I'm like, I already fucked this up, and this is just the sky. It's just too much.
It feels terrible.
Azalea blue, like it was too.
Damn, Azalea blue.
Oh my god.
I was like, from the beginning, I was like, this sucks. And as the painting like continued, I was like, this is the worst day of my life. And like he's like, it doesn't matter. And I've never ever painted or used a knife before. I'm like, this sucks and I hate this.
Still
and I'm
feels
done.
bad.
Yeah.
Even Bob's like, oh, Andrew, I don't know.
That tree doesn't look. That tree doesn't look so happy.
Andrew's having like a
like
moment where like reality is blending, and he's like actually talking to Bob.
That was like the one.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest failure.
Yeah.
Like
I get you.
Immediate.
Dude, I get it.
Failure.
Dude, I bought a lot of YouTube equipment. Because I was like, dude, I'm gonna like make like pedal demos. I'm gonna play like guitar and stuff. Like. And I try to justify it through my job where I'm like, well, this new show that I'm on, like, they want to do, like, live action reference. So I got to buy $100 green screen. So
you got to.
I, like, bought this, like, super nice retractable green screen. And I bought a fucking, like, nice camera. And, like, Colton, like, we dig on you for your microphones. But it's like, I bought, like, so much, like, equipment and shit, too.
Oh, yeah.
And I think I even got some, like, software for, like, recording and stuff. And I just didn't make one thing out of it. And I just, like, sat myself down to, like, make the thing. And I was like, well, I don't look so good in this shot. So I'm gonna.
I guess I'll just never do this again.
Yeah, I guess just fuck me, man.
I did that recently with I got an ad on Instagram for a voice acting class, like an online voice acting thing, and I was like, oh, like I've always wanted to do this. I got plenty of time. Like, let's do it. I buy like it's like a $200. He's like it was like a $200 voice acting thing, and he was like and I'm gonna raise the price in like a week or whatever, so you got to get it now. Like it's the first bundle. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. Like I'll just get it now. This was like a week before we went to Japan, so like I buy this thing and I'm like, I'll hit the ground running when I'm back from Japan. I haven't opened it since. Like it's just
it's like a package.
Yeah, it's like an online thing. Like you can take the lessons like whenever you want, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
And it just totally got me. I'm like, why did I? Idiot! Like it's
just like it's weird.
And again, it's the same thing where like I tried to justify.
How do you do it without any feedback? I feel like so much.
Well, no, because I think part of the perk is that like you're in a part of the perk is that you're a part of a Facebook group that like. You can
Andrew, you're your own boss. That's kind of.
I think he also.
they give you the tools.
I think he also will give you feedback based on like you can sign up for like slots to do it or something.
Which also costs $200.
Yeah, it was like, and again, I justified it by being like, well, I'm in animation, so like, I should learn this, and then maybe I can also like, it'll make my money back.
You always try to justify it. That's when you know it's a problem. Like. I tried getting into coffee roasting. I was like, I'm gonna take my coffee.
Oh, you did.
I did it once, and I still have like 5 pounds of like unroasted beans that like Megan will like look at them and be like, all right, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. And the thing with coffee roasting is the reason that coffee beans are so expensive and like there's so many different types is because it's fucking hard. Like it's really hard and it's a science. And I can't waltz in with a popcorn maker, like shift it into a coffee like roaster and be like, I made beans too. Like, I've tasted it. It tastes like ass, and I've gifted this to people. And they're all like, made these. It's good. And I'm like, it's not. I know it's.
You're lying to me.
This is made out of depression and loneliness.
There's no love in it.
Fuck with me, man. Howard.
He's just smiling, the nicest guy in the world.
I think it's time to wrap it up.
I think so.
Just want to say thank you, everyone, for
watching, supporting, donating,
keeping us funded throughout the whole fire.
$10 a month. Everyone that is listening right now, it's already been withdrawn.
Yes,
from your account.
We spend every penny immediately. That is always been our
new hobbies.
Always been our plan.
And we're open about it. You give us money, we're gonna spend it. We're gonna spend it right away.
Yes,
frivolous things.
Yeah.
Your money is going right to
the thing is
to our hobbies.
The thing is, when you pay us, it gives us things to do, which gives us things to talk about, which feeds the system. And
we had a whole conversation about Colton's voiceover, and that wouldn't have happened without your patronage. Just remember that.
Dude, I want to get like a neon CK lounge.
Yeah. CK lounge up there.
No, that's not worth it right now.
Unless it is worth. Unless
we get
worth it.
$5 more a month, so we can get camera set up and editors and a neon sign.
Yes, these are our top funding goals.
We do not want to pay for this. So if you guys would just donate money, we could get it.
It's not that we're like poor or anything. We just don't. We have better things to spend our money on.
Cannot be paid.
But you
cannot be funding this project.
It's a pretty dumb thing to spend your money on. So if you guys could just donate, it'd be great.
So wrap it all up. Join us next week. We're gonna get some more guests on. We're gonna get some friends, some pals, some professionals, some not so professionals. Always vote on who you want to see.
vote in the comments down below.
In the comments on the down
who you want to see, and we usually can get them.
We want to thank Dane Cook. Thank you so much for coming in, and Patrick Stewart for.
Oh my God! Dane Cook's choking out.
Patrick, stop fighting, guys. You'll get plenty of time on the mic.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, and Bane,
and Bane there too. All right, always remember, don't be a grouch. Jump in on the couch.
Damn, dude.
Something like that.
Want to take a second run at that?
What do you think? Don't be a grouch.
No, I like it.
I stuttered.
You stuttered a little.
Should it be jump in on the couch or join us on the couch?
Spanking on the couch.
Fuck on the couch.
Spank it. Spank it with us
right
here on the
couch.
couch.
You should say a new one.
That's a lot to ask for.
Oh, that's a good bit.
Not a good bit.
Yeah, you have to come up with a new
closing. Okay.
There's always room on the couch.
There's always room on the couch. That was. Well, that should be the first one. Oh no, I got it.
We're gonna write them down so you don't repeat.
All right. So again, thank you for watching our return. We're super grateful, and always remember, don't be a grouch. There's always room on the couch.
Nice. I love it.